This lesson is all about dashboards. Dashboards are a collection of charts, and the purpose of dashboards is to share those charts with anyone, whether or not they have an Intuiface account. Each dashboard has one or more associated URLs. Those URLs can be opened in any web browser by anyone, no Intuiface account required. Here on the My Intuiface website, back in the center, Analytics Data, Analytics Dashboards. Let's head back into the Dashboards view, which you've seen in previous lessons. As always, when visiting the Analytics Dashboard page, all of the available dashboards are listed in the upper left-hand corner, where I am about to select Trade Show Dashboard. And here we have in the center panel all of the charts associated with this particular dashboard. I have lots of editing control over how the dashboard looks. For example, I can grab a handle in the bottom corner to resize a chart, which will then fit the size of the container. I can also drag charts to reorganize them in a way that makes the most sense to me. And I can even click this button in the upper right to squeeze everything together to maximize the use of my dashboard space. We can spend a lot of time doing that, but let's talk about sharing this dashboard with others. That requires going all the way to the upper right-hand corner and clicking the Share button. This opens the Share Your Dashboard panel. Every dashboard has at least one unique URL. If I put that URL in a web browser, the dashboard will open in the web browser. You can also use this iframe code to embed your dashboard in some other web page. Every unique URL also has a set of associated display options enabling you to customize what people see when they load the dashboard. Do you want to display the name, company logo, description, give people the option of changing the date range, and do you want to show all the charts or a particular chart? Each URL has its own unique set of display options. I'm keeping the default display options, copying the URL, and opening it in a new tab. Here you can see is the exact same dashboard, but now we are outside the Intuiface Analytics feature. This is just another web page. I could have put this in any browser on any machine. Anyone with this URL could view this dashboard, scroll through it. Notice you still have these chart options for filtering. You still have the date range picker if you opted to include that in your dashboard. And I can even interact with, for example, the legend in this first chart to focus in on particular data points, to select them and deselect them. It is an interactive dashboard outside the context of Intuiface Analytics. Anybody can access it with the right URL. I had mentioned you can have multiple URLs for the same dashboard, and it's true. Notice I can create a new share, which gives me a new URL. Now, why would I want to do this? Why should a dashboard have multiple URLs? Well, you might have multiple parties, different parties with different interests in the data you're sharing. By having multiple URLs, you can sub-segment these parties, give them each their unique URL, and then at some point in the future, choose to delete the URL, preventing them, a particular party, from accessing the dashboard. And that's just clicking the little trash can icon here. This means I can delete that share. The existing URL, this first URL, is still there, and the people with that URL can still view the dashboard. But anyone with that second URL, it no longer works. They no longer have access to the dashboard. All dashboards are connected to the Data Hub dynamically. That means every time I refresh the dashboard, I'm getting the latest data. These are snapshots of the most recent information for a given deployment, ensuring stakeholders have up-to-the-minute insight about the performance of the projects they care about.